Hi, this is Carlos Cousins, and the following literary analysis question is a hide and seek, so you have to go back to the passage and find direct evidence to try to figure out the answer choices. They don't give you the line numbers. Let's go ahead and focus on two bits of the passage, though, that are going to help us out here. So when we start hearing about the financial trouble is when Gordon says that he lost his job. They fired me yesterday. And then when his friend asks, why did you lose it? He begins saying, it's a girl, and then talks about what exactly happened. So let's go ahead and consider each of these. Does he become aware of his financial trouble when he loses his job? Well, shortly after he gets fired, he says, "Oh, I'm going to get to how that happened." So this doesn't seem like the best answer choice for that reason. You'll see that right after line 35. He says, "I'll get to that. There's something else behind there." He does not notice that he has financial trouble either, just when he starts talking to Dean. Remember, at this point, he comes with trouble. He goes to Dean because he has issues. So he already knew he had financial trouble before he walked over and talked to Dean. So that's why answer choice B wouldn't make sense as the answer choice. Answer choice C says he becomes involved with Jewel. Well, that's possible since we have it's a girl. But let's also consider the next one here. He begins attending veterans parties. Well, that's also possible because what happens is right after he meets this girl, it says, well, here. Dean says, and then he gives more of an explanation to just it's a girl. He says her name, that she was from a poor family in New York, so she didn't have very much money. Her people are dead now, and she lives with an old aunt. So you can guess that she's French, since we start talking about all of these people from France coming over, potentially her relatives, right? So if she's from a poor family, she's got relatives fleeing Europe, coming to America after a terrible war. They probably don't have a lot of money either. And it says, all I did was to welcome the newly arrived and go on parties with them. That's the way I started. It started. And then the friend responds, you ought to have had more sense. So here we're supposed to, I guess, come to the conclusion that something happened when all of these relatives fleeing a war that were coming to visit a poor family came over that made Gordon lose his money. Likely they asked him for money, and he gave money away. And that's what made him go broke. That he was giving money over to this girl's family. So is it as immediately after he becomes involved with Jewel? Probably not. First he becomes involved with Jewel, and then her relatives come over and all of these people that come from France that are asking for money. So it's probably not when he first becomes involved with Jewel, but later when he begins attending the veterans party. So that's why answer choice D is the best answer choice. I hope that helped with this problem, and happy prepping.